Hi guys, so today we are doing a subscriber body typing and color typing as well as essence. So if you are completely new here and you don't know what's going on, then I have a ton of videos on my channel about all kinds of things, body typing, color typing, essence, and everything in between. So you can take a look around, and if you are still confused about any of that, then I also offer typings through my website, and you can take a look at the links below or go to miriamstyle.com. And the essence is included in the full report. So the full report is the one that includes the essence, and then the other ones are color typing and body typing. So one more thing I have to say before we get into this is that these photos that you're going to see in this video are photos that were submitted through the website specifically for YouTube videos and other Miriam style content. These are not photos from clients. Like if you were to book with me through the website, your photos are always private. So these photos were volunteered, and if you want to be included in one of these videos, you can volunteer your photos too and just go to the website and upload some photos. And so let's say thank you to this lady for volunteering her photos, and let's get into it. Alright, so here is our first picture, and I would say that from this photo, it's really not very clear, right? We could say that she is some sort of mixed type, like a gamine of some kind, or we could say she is even a romantic, like a rounded type, like theatrical romantic or romantic. And in terms of her skin undertone, I do think that she is most likely cool toned. And so, but from this photo alone, I would say that it's really not very clear what type she is, but we are already getting some clues. Like, I really like those glasses that are a bit thicker on her, and that kind of gives us a little bit of a clue that she may not be a rounded type. She may not be a romantic or a theatrical romantic. I think she could be some sort of mixed type from looking at this photo. And so if we look at the next photo, here she does look like she is mixed-taut, flamboyant-gamine. And so the reason why I say that is because we can see some sharpness to her jawline and some sharpness to her cheekbones as well, and then the physique and the cheeks look like they are taut. So her cheeks look taut, so they show the bone structure a bit more. In this photo anyway, they do. And her physique looks like it's a bit more firm and not so fleshy. And so this kind of tells me that she is most likely mixed-taut, so flamboyant-gamine. And so this is a mirror selfie, and I do worry about mirror selfies, and I would like to see more photos. Like if I were doing a typing for a client, I would like to see more full-length photos than just one selfie. But for the sake of this video, just to sort of talk about her body type, talk about her essence, her color type, I wanted to include the photos that I had and just discuss. I think she's most likely mixed-taut, even from just looking at the photos, even not having full-length photos. Sometimes you can tell just because of the different clues that I'll sort of talk about throughout the video. So here, she looks really nice in the horizontal stripe, and that is really like basically only mixed-taut looks good in a horizontal stripe, now that I think of it. So I think it looks really good on her. I love the tousled hair being just out of her face. That looks really good. And the short line of the cardigan looks great. So overall, I think it looks really good on her. And then here, the thicker rimmed glasses also look really nice on her. So I'm starting to think mixed-taut. Now, you could say, well, she looks a bit too soft in a way to be mixed-taut, and if you're thinking that, I see what you're saying. At the same time, I would consider Lily Collins. Lily Collins is mixed-taut, so if you are kind of unsure about how to recognize mixed-taut, I would really recommend taking a look at Lily Collins, because she does read more soft, sort of like this lady here. She kind of reminds me a tiny bit of Lily Collins. She looks a bit softer, but at the end of the day, she's most flattered by mixed-taut lines. So this is what we have so far, but of course I've looked at all the photos already. Okay, so I already kind of know that there are other things, like for example something like this, where I really love the like the oversized top on her. I think that looks perfect. And at the same time, she's lightened her hair. And you know what? I think it looks great. I think her hair being lighter looks great. There are other photos of her hair being lighter that also look great. And that really, really sort of hints to me further that she could be mixed-taut, because what other type would look good in lighter hair? In hair that's very light, like statement light hair, and an oversized, like textured top, right? That is mixed-taut, because it's not that, if she were beveled like any sort of natural type, then lightening her hair really would not work for her. So you could say to yourself, well, she's wearing an oversized top and it looks good on her. Well, why wouldn't she be beveled? Why wouldn't she be beveled firm, flamboyant natural, or beveled soft, soft natural? She wouldn't be, because the lighter hair really would not suit a beveled type. Their bone structure is more substantial and they really don't do well over lightening their hair. But I think she does do well over lightening her hair. You'll see other photos as well where she looks really great with her hair being over lightened or darker or lighter or a statement color. That's a really big sign to me that she is mixed-taut flamboyant-gamine. So this kind of combination, like the lighter hair with the oversized top, if you look good in something like that, you're most likely mixed-taut. There's really no other type that would really look good in that. And here, again, this looks like perfect, right? It's like, the tousled hair that's really light, plus the oversized top. It just looks perfect on her, and I think that that's really a sign that she is mixed-taut. And here, the statement hair also works on her. The high neckline also works on her, and that really tells us that she is not any kind of bevel type, any kind of natural, because the high neckline works really well on her. That's another sign that she is mixed. And let's see here, if you may consider that maybe she is a rounded type, a romantic, and I don't think so. I think she has a romantic essence, and I think that's what can confuse the situation. So I think she definitely has a romantic essence. You can really see it here, I think that's a romantic essence right there. And, here as well as in the first photo, like, I think that's a romantic essence. I think, her eyes being upturned, her mannerisms overall just read as pretty much romantic, very feminine, soft, and that may be what can confuse the body typing a little bit. But don't get confused. She is mixed-taut, but she has a romantic essence, and so I really like how she's doing the romantic essence here. Like, I think this is a great example of how mixed-taut can do a romantic essence, right? Like a soft, feminine, right? Something like that, where it's like the tousled hair and a very soft makeup look, and then an oversized top to sort of bring out how small of a bone structure a mixed-taut has. That will make you look even softer and smaller, So that is, that's a way that mixed-taut can do romantic. And, I kind of take the approach of using your own lines to build the essence, right? Like, I wouldn't say that, oh, well, you have a romantic essence, and that's why you should wear, ruffles and a red dress and curls in your hair, even if you are mixed-taut, or even if you are beveled firm, or whatever, like flamboyant natural or whatever. I think that you are most served by all of this by working with your own lines and bringing out the essence within your own lines, or with juxtapositions intentionally. And so what's happening here is she's really within her own lines, but you can see she reads as very romantic. She reads as very feminine and soft. And so I think this is like a perfect example of how to do that. Another example of someone working within their own lines to do something a little bit different but mixed-taut, like Lisa Bonet is ethereal, but oftentimes you'll see that she wears her own lines. She does a mixture of opposites. She does mixed-taut lines, flamboyant-gamine lines, but she does it in an ethereal look. And in the same way, this lady here is doing mixed-taut lines, but more in a romantic look. Now, having said all of this, would she, as a mixed-taut with romantic essence, would she pull off, pinup curls or a red dress with ruffles on it? I think she would certainly pull that off way better than a mixed-taut without romantic essence. So I think there's some truth to that, if you have a certain essence, you can pull off more of those elements that are sort of like stereotypically seen as associated with that essence. And I do think that, so if you look up Lily Collins, she will sometimes look really beautiful with pinup curls, like really stiff pinup curls with very defined shapes. So I would be curious to see this lady in pinup curls, because I think it may actually suit her. And that can be a sort of a different direction to take the romantic essence, more of a sexy look, maybe with pinup curls, maybe with a more like structured but feminine dress, like something that is a thicker fabric but also has is more figure conscious, that you could do something like that, so there are a lot of options. And the thing with this, with mixed-taut, is also you can do a mixture of opposites. So if you put on, like, let's say you do something, you get a really like romantic piece, like some sort of vintage looking like corset top, if you feel like something doesn't like feel quite right about this, you can put on an opposite item, a totally mix and match approach. Like, you could probably wear a vintage corset top with that oversized shirt that you're wearing in this picture, and it wouldn't look strange on you. It would look interesting and like you've mixed different elements and like you really know what you're doing. But if a blended type, a classic, were to do that, they would just look like they don't know what they're doing. So you could do another way to incorporate romantic if you are mixed-taut is to do just those in your mix and match approach, right? You would add in romantic pieces, like things that we basically like classically see as romantic, if you will. So that's another way to do it. But this is like the perfect way to do it as well, in this photo. So yeah, here, with the darker hair, I think she also looks really good. And yeah, and I would say that this makeup look also works for her, just like the emphasis on the eyes and a neutral lip. Here, you can see the romantic essence coming through again, kind of softer, more feminine. And that's another way as mixed-taut to do a romantic essence. Again, you don't have to do pinup curls and everything like that to look sort of so-called romantic. She has like the oversized sweater and the softly tousled hair, and like no makeup or soft makeup, that is going to look really romantic on you if you have romantic essence, right? If you already come across as soft and feminine and then you wear these pieces, it's really going to bring that out in you. And here, you can see the overlightened hair looks excellent, so this is really telling me she's mixed-taut. You could say she could be a pure romantic, right? But I'm really not seeing it. I'm really not seeing pure romantic for her, because the tousled hair just looks so great on her. If she were a pure romantic, tousled hair would be like, just look like a total mess on her. If she were a pure rounded type, that is, if her body type were a rounded type, a romantic. She has romantic essence, but she does not have a romantic body type. And the way we can tell that is because tousled hair looks excellent on her. If you have a rounded bone structure type, a romantic body type, like your kibby body type, if you're browsing all this online, your kibby body type is romantic. That means you have soft bone structure. Your bone structure is not substantial. You have soft cheekbones, soft jawline, a soft nose, and you have softness to your features. You usually look soft and curvy. Like Drew Barrymore is a like romantic body type, a rounded bone structure type. You would not look good with tousled hair. Okay, that is not like ever going to happen, right? And so this is really telling me that she is not a rounded type. She has a romantic essence, but she doesn't have a romantic body type. So I don't think she is a rounded or romantic at all. I think she just has a very strong romantic essence. And so that's why something like this looks romantic on her, right? Whereas like for someone else, it may not look romantic. It may look, if you have more of a natural essence, look more natural. You know, it kind of depends. The thing with essence is that when you support your own essence, it can really come out more. And so yeah, so that's what's happening here. You know, the lightened hair looks perfect on her, so she is mixed-taut. And you know, here as well, I think this is a really nice look on her, you know, like the graphic sweatshirt, like all of this stuff, you know, I mean, the lightened hair looks really good on her. This looks great. And I would say that I haven't even touched on her color type, but her color type is cool and delicate. And so her color type is cool and delicate, which is a part of why this cooler blonde looks really effortless on her. It's like this cool, a cool blonde. And of course, a warm blonde really would not work too well on her. But I would say that, you know, how everything comes together, like the essence, the body type, the color type, and this is why, like, in my reports, I have a section, like, I talk about how things come together as well in the full report, because things interact with each other, right? And so the reason why, as cool and delicate and mixed-taut, you know, she looks really beautiful with this lighter hair, is, of course, one reason is because she has the romantic essence, so it looks softer on her. And I also like, by the way, I like the natural colored hair too on her. All of the hair colors look great. Like, this also looks great, but I love the lighter color, and I love the darker, like, that looks like more of her natural hair color, most likely. I'm imagining anyway. And so because she has that romantic essence, you know, she is really flattered by either a soft hair color or her natural hair color. Now, because she is mixed-taut, she's either flattered by her natural hair color or any kind of statement hair color, which this also kind of qualifies as a statement hair color. So it's like already two reasons why it works on her. And the third reason is because she's cool and delicate. And so this hair color is beautiful and cool and delicate. So this works really well for her overall. And so, however, if you are cool and delicate and mixed-taut and you want to go sort of in another direction with romantic, that is a bit more statement, maybe a bit like not so much soft but more sexy, you can definitely do darker colors. You could do a darker hair color, and you even do pure black pretty well. You might say to yourself, well, Miriam, I'm not cool and delicate. Pure black doesn't look harsh on me. And the reason why pure black doesn't look harsh on you is not because you're not cool and delicate. You are cool and delicate. I still wouldn't necessarily place you in just royal blues, you know, fuchsias and everything like that. But some of those cool and radiant colors, like royal blues and pure black, navy, things like that, are going to work for you because you're mixed-taut. Because mixed-taut flamboyant-gamine does well in these darker colors. I mean, like contrasting colors. They do well with black accents, and they do well with you know, an emphasis on the eyes, like a smoky eye. And yeah, so pure black wouldn't look harsh on you because you're mixed-taut, not because you are cool and radiant. Okay, you're cool and delicate. You're definitely cool and delicate. You can see right here, you're definitely cool and delicate, and that cool brown also looks beautiful on you. You know, that's another sign you're cool and delicate. And yeah, but the darker colors, or maybe a statement hair color, works well for you simply because you are mixed-taut. Okay, so I hope I covered everything. There are a lot of interactions here, and it was really interesting to talk about. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I guess we are all set. So she is mixed-taut, cool and delicate, and she has a romantic essence. Alright, you guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments down below, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. And if you want to be included in one of these videos, then you can submit photos through miriamstyle.com. And if you are still confused about your body type or color type or essence, I also offer typings through my website, and I will leave a link to those down below. And that is it, you guys. Let's say thank you to this lady for volunteering her photos, and I will talk to you next time.